If you're relying on manual follow-up to chase down leads that are coming in from your online advertising initiatives, you're missing a major opportunity to improve your booking rate. I want to talk about what you can do about that today. Something I think you have to be doing in 2024 if you're not doing this already and you're running any sort of online advertising program for your practice. So one of the biggest inefficiencies and gaps in terms of results I see the clients that we work with are the clients that are not leveraging some form of marketing automation. So if you're running ads on Google ads, Facebook, Instagram ads, TikTok ads, and you're doing some sort of lead generation, but once somebody inquires about service or shows interest, you're just dumping those off onto someone for manual follow-up, you're probably really missing a major opportunity to improve your return on investment and your conversion rate from leads into booked appointments. So most people that are inquiring about services, specifically in a Facebook, Instagram ads, social media ads environment, they're what I call fence sitters. They didn't wake up today actively searching for your service. They weren't 100% convinced that they wanted to do it, but they were interested enough to maybe fill out a form and inquire about a promo. You're making a big mistake if all you're doing, and I talk to people all the time, and this is what they're doing, where you're just saying, oh, I called them twice and they didn't answer. And that's the extent of your lead follow-up. Or I called them a couple times and sent them a couple emails and they didn't respond. The businesses that are successful with online advertising are really, really diligent about the follow-up process and ideally automating that process. So this is a screenshot of an example of a client we're working with right now. And you see here in the screenshot that this person, they inquired about a Botox promo. So we have a Facebook ad going for new patients. That's 20 units, $179, one-time use new patient promo. And this person had inquired about services. They filled out the form saying they were interested. And we sent them an offer confirmation email. So there's actually more on top of this thread. It just didn't quite fit in my screenshot. Send them offer confirmation email. And then we start dripping these text messages that go to the prospect automatically after they inquire, right? December 27th, December 29th, January 2nd, January 3rd. And the whole goal of this is to get people over the finish line to start a conversation to book the appointment. So you can see here, this person didn't respond. They didn't book right away. They didn't respond to the email. They didn't respond to our first 4 texts. If we would have not sent that 5th text, this would have been a dead lead. And that's what many of you are doing. You're not even getting to that. You're not even getting that far down the pipeline, right? You're just maybe doing an email and a couple phone calls. And the reality is, the businesses that are really successful are doing this very, very aggressively. They're following up with leads proactively week after week after week until they get a yes or a no. And that's really the name of the game when it comes to converting leads into booked appointments. Knowing people are fence sitters, being really diligent about your follow-up. So how do you do something like this? So we use a tool called High Level. A lot of agencies use High Level, and they've got white labeled versions that might have their own brand name on the top left corner like we have. But really, it's all just white labeled versions of a tool called High Level. There are multiple other marketing automation tools, HubSpot and Infusionsoft, that do this type of thing. But I'm going to give you a few key pointers to implementing this for your practice and your business. So the first thing is, I think you have to do it. If you're relying on manual follow-up, you're going to have massive inefficiencies and inconsistencies. You want to fine-tune the follow-up process so that people are getting the same extended drip sequence of messages for days and weeks after they inquire about service. It's not realistic, in my opinion, for someone to keep up with that manually, especially knowing that the vast majority of your leads, no matter what you do, are not going to convert. So to tell your front office staff to chase down leads that have no chance of converting, I think is an enormous waste of time and resources. So this will bring the people that are serious to the forefront. So your front office staff is only having to have a conversation with people that are serious about asking a question or booking the appointment. So you're automating the process, reducing that burden on front office. So get something like this in place. High Level is the tool that we use. I believe the website is just Go. Let me verify this as I'm looking here. I think it's gohighlevel.com. Or you can use any sort of marketing automation tool, like I said, HubSpot or Infusionsoft, Keep by Infusionsoft. The other thing you want to do is you want to rely mostly on text message when you're doing any sort of marketing automation. So we're used to, as consumers, as people in society, we're used to tuning out phone communication, voicemails. So if a business calls you, how many of you are answering that phone call unless you're expecting the call? Probably not many. You get a voicemail on your phone. there's no obligation to respond. You don't really feel anything tugging at you, like feeling the need to call them back. If you're not ready to book the appointment right now, you just brush it off. Same thing with email. We're very used to just brushing emails aside, not responding to emails, deleting emails, not opening emails. Text messages are still a place where we can create a natural obligation to respond because it maps to how we use that tool as in our everyday lives, right? So when you receive a text from somebody that looks like this: "Hi, Jalissa, it's Carol from blah, blah, blah med spa. I just sent you an email with more information. We're offering this promo. If you're interested, let me know. I can get you on the schedule." Follow up: "Hey, just wanted to follow up. Can I get you scheduled? Can I get an appointment scheduled for you?" Right? Carol: "Hi, just checking back in with you. Is there anything holding you back from booking your appointment? Any questions I can answer for you?" Right? These casual conversational based prompts are leveraging the ability to create an obligation to respond. And you can see here it worked on like the 6th touch point. So this is what we're trying to do, heavily relying on text messages. We do use pre-recorded voicemail drops and emails as part of this, but really text message, I think, is the primary way we want to communicate with prospects. And the goal here, again, is just to get people to respond, to either finish booking the appointment or to ask a question to figure out what might be holding them back from booking the appointment. So the other thing is, make this long. We don't want to just do this a couple times, like 2 text messages and then write them off. You can see here, and I've got examples that are more extensive than this, where it's like the 10th, 11th touch point where people are finally responding to something. Be diligent. So build these out as extensively as you can. There are plenty of free resources for how to get started with some of these tools and how to build these out. But if you want us to help you with something like this, you can schedule a call. I'll include the link in the video description. But that's one of my key takeaways here going into 2024. If you're not using marketing automation to follow up with your leads in this fashion, I highly recommend doing that as soon as possible.